Hi everyone, Scorp here. Starting a new playthrough of Capsule Monsters. This is on a mod that I created that should be available on Monday on my Discord and a couple others, named Eldrich Trials. Now, I figured I would do this at the start of the holidays since I'm going to be a little busier and it is much easier for me to make a whole bunch of these videos rather than Duels of the Roses. So we'll just go ahead and play through this. And I did make it relatively difficult, but as always, if you want to play, there will be a link to my Discord in the description below, and that will let you get to that'll let you get to this mod. I think we'll just play Earth. I've tested most of the types, but Earth was one that I didn't bother with because I figured it would be strong enough that it didn't matter. And of course, we're going to nerf ourselves in the early game by maxing out our health on our symbol. So this mod doesn't exactly use every single, or it doesn't use all of the creatures in the game. It doesn't use all of the unused creatures, mostly. Mainly, I just didn't want to have huge issues with people using the battles, so tried to stick with stuff that has models, and I also tried to stick with stuff that actually has, capsules, so it doesn't just look like spheres attacking each other. Because I honestly find that a little bit annoying when it gets to that point where it's just all spheres. So there are a couple unused creatures, like Beast Skull and stuff. But we'll get to those way later. Okay, so we are playing Earth. So we are going to need to play some light. Now, I'd love to have a Petite Angel. This thing is absolutely amazing, but it's 108 MP. So we're going to not have much MP to work with, so we'll start off with triple Happy Lover. Then we also need some Earth. Hanawas are nice and cheap. So are Larvis. And then we have Petite Moth is nice and cheap. And now we need 2 more creatures. So I'm going to buy something else that's 30. So Karibo. It's not terrible. And then I think Genin works. Genin looks good. Yeah. So yeah, I made this mod to be a little bit more difficult than, like, I think Rebirth is the name of it. So this is meant to be a little bit more difficult than that, but not... It's not meant to be absurdly difficult. It's meant to be very beatable. I did go through with a water playthrough. It wasn't terrible. But one of the people that tested it did say that this mod was significantly harder than Rebirth for them. It took them like 16 hours to get through it instead of like 10 or something in terms of difficulty. Not really because they were losing, but just because they had to do more thinking in each fight. I also had to make some... I had to mess around with the modding tools a bit to get everything to work. And I couldn't get quite everything to work. There was one more piece for Seto 1 that I couldn't get leveled that I wanted, but that's okay. some point I'm going to figure out how to delete these tutorials. So we have Larvises. We should probably use the Larvises. Well, I do want to use a light, at least. So we'll use Genin. As always, we started with a really HP-intensive symbol, so we might as well use it to, you know, actually take a hit. Or 10. Okay. So Hanawa is probably the best here for summoning first, with its plus 85. Now Joey's not the strongest opponent. He's got Fire Reaper, Kurama, a Baby Dragon, and a Time Wizard. Which is nothing terribly spectacular. Kurama's probably one of the worst pieces in the game, but I mean, it's the first opponent, right? He's not meant to be hard, he's meant to basically teach you how to play the game, and it's kind of fair that he's not terribly strong. But he does have a level 2 Fire Reaper, so... So, as per my usual fighting style, I like to just let them come to me, because I find it a lot easier. But then again, like, there are other people that have different styles, and I fully understand that. Yeah, so if you like being super aggressive, I mean, you should probably leave a comment about it. Maybe you'll play aggressive on a couple people. Joey's not somebody that I like to, though. He's super obnoxious with the way he sets his stuff up here at the start. But then he always does that right there, and it's just like, okay, well, he's gonna move another 2 spaces forward and attack my symbol, so I can go ahead and just let him. Don't want to watch Fire Reaper just hit a symbol, so I'm going to turn off battle animations. If I leave battle animations on, some of these later videos are going to end up being like 50 minutes logs or more, so trust me. It's for all of us. Okay, now that he has messed with my camera. So, Baby Dragon is going to move here and do nothing, so just move our symbol up and out of the way. So, I probably... I believe you have to get the Earth Squares for leveling Hanawa, but you don't for Larvis, or for the evolution. So I'm going to give the experience to the Larvis. Okay. So, one piece down, our opponent has done a little damage to our symbol, which doesn't really matter. And he just moved the baby dragon into a place where it can be baited in really easily. Now, baby dragon in this mod is actually very tanky. So it might actually take a couple hits to kill. That's all I remember about baby dragon is it is very tanky. Something you'll notice when we actually play against defense symbols in this mod, they do have creatures that are going to be very hard to kill. And you will have to be able to deal with that. Joey's just going to be the first person that kind of shows you just how tanky stuff can actually be in this game. Where we're not going to actually be able to kill this baby dragon in 3 hits. But he is playing a defense symbol. This is kind of what you're supposed to expect. And kind of how the game kind of should have been balanced to start with, so. Yeah. And he just goes and takes another pot shot at my symbol, which is fine with me. So we'll first go ahead and attack with this Hanawa. Take the kill with the Larvis that I'm funneling experience to. Now, my goal is to not give this Kurama a target, so I'm going to move this back. And then, unfortunately, this Larvis is kind of stuck in no man's land, so we'll start moving it around. Good. That's kind of what I hoped for. Aim. Their opponent did not move his Kurama very well, or at all. Now we're going to do our best to just take out this Time Wizard quickly. And it does 100, it has 150 attack. And that's a lot for this early in the game, so we'll use our Genin that actually has more attack to weaken it a lot. And then I do want to give experience to Hanawa anyways, since I do want to make a Rock Spirit at some point, so go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go after the symbol, and we have plenty of time today, so we might as well go for the symbol. And Kurama's a great piece for us to go after the symbol while he has it, so. Now, probably just gonna bait this guy in horribly. So I want his Kurama to stand right here. I'm gonna move my symbol here. And he should probably get baited perfectly here, and this is going to be a very, very quick duel. So Joey's done some damage to a symbol, but it's still got over 300 health, and this Kurama is not exactly what I would call the strongest piece in the world. So this is the one that barely has any experience. Just fine. For my need. Now, going and attacking a symbol with Larvest is actually pretty obnoxious. Because Larvest is ultimately, if you move diagonally away from it, you can't actually keep up really well. So you're at best going to hit it every other turn. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, like, it's reality. Fine. And a lot of times, your opponent will play badly and let you hit it like 2 or 3 turns in a row, so it shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so I'm going to take another attack with the Larvest here. I can't do any more after this, but hey, it's an extra like 3 experience. You don't know when that's going to actually meet a breakpoint, so it's nice to have a couple extra experience that way. And it's free experience, why not take it, right? So also, I should note how experience works in this game while I can, since there's nothing really going on here. So all creatures in this game have an experience value associated with them, which is their bounty. For some of the unused capsules, that's actually 0, which is pretty annoying because that means they don't give experience. So yeah, that's annoying to start with. But then, based on the level difference between the 2 creatures, there is a multiplier that's used to increase or decrease the amount of experience gained. So if a creature is the same level as you, you get the exact bounty. If the creature is higher level than you, you get more, and if it's a lower level, you get less. The easiest to explain that with is a symbol. Symbols are all level 1 in this mod. Can't change those yet. We'll be getting that ability soon, I think. Yeah, this mod's before all of the really fancy modding tools are coming out. I'm sure that'll be happening over the next couple years as the modding tool creators are really just finally getting to the ability to actually modify the game pretty well now. So all the symbols are at level 1. which means that a level 1 creature is killing the level 1 symbol. The bounty on the symbol is 100. So a level 1 creature gets 100 experience for killing it, and each attack into it gives it 10 if it doesn't deal a killing blow. So that's really nice for our experience. And then once you're level 2, the experience you get from hitting a symbol is 5, and the killing blow is 50 for a level 2 creature to finish it off. So you get half the experience if the creature is a level above, is like effectively double your level, or if you're double the thing's level, which is kind of unfortunate. So it's a lot more useful to get the kill on a level 1 creature if you can, because it's a full level, and because you get to carry experience over in this game, killing stuff while you have like 90-something experience on your creature is really good if you kill a symbol, because then the end of match experience is going to put you up to the level above that too. So you can go from level 1 to level 3 really quickly. So this will be a level 3 Larvis. Next, the end of stage experience is calculated a little differently. It's all of the creatures plus your symbol that survived the match contribute, and it's based off of their levels. So if all of them are level 9, you get a bunch more experience than if they're all level 1, for instance. I probably take the baby dragon, although this Fire Reaper is tempting. 186 attack is not bad. I have no use for it, though. I have no use for the baby dragon either, so... And the baby dragon's a little more expensive if I ever wanted to sell it. Okay, so this gets through the first duel. Okay, so that's Joey down. Tomorrow we'll do Tristan. Tristan will be a little bit shorter than today, since Tristan is an extremely easy fight. Always will be. His AI is horrific, and there is absolutely no way to give him stuff strong enough that it actually matters, because his AI is so bad. So that's just a preview of tomorrow. Yeah, I hope you guys check out the mod. Check out the Discord in the description. Leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed, and have a nice day.